We all have bad days, days where nothing seems to go right, everything we do just feels really tough. Maybe we just feel really overly stressed, or maybe we're short tempered, maybe we can't be bothered, or we just feel enormously tired. Well, we're just not in our groove. We have some days where we just feel completely in flow, and other days where, quite frankly, it was a mistake to get up in the morning. You should have just stayed under the duvet. And I think for a long time, I felt I had to fix that about me. Like, I felt like I had to be 100% in flow all the time, like every single day. I had to be this kind of uniform person. And realizing that part of being human is to experience a whole range of emotion and a whole range of experience was enormously transformative, not only for me, but for countless clients that I work with. That idea that we don't have to fix the bad days. The idea that actually sometimes bad days are really necessary. They can be rich in themselves. I've had days where I felt really not on my game at all. But then as it's settled and as it's moved on, I've had a really important insight about something. Something fresh has come to mind, almost as though my mind has been having a clear out during the day, and been sending me all this like really unhelpful thinking and difficult thinking, is almost, to say, almost like going through a wardrobe of old clothes, saying, well, do you want this? Do you want this? Is this helpful? Do you still want to clean this? Do you still want to have this one? And then at the end, I've had enormous clarity. Sometimes bad days can be like that. Sometimes bad days are giving us intel about where we are, not about the state of our lives or the state of our business or our career or our family or our relationship, not about the state of any of those, but the state of our own mind and the state of our own well-being. That's what our bad day is telling us. And when we notice this and stop judging our bad day, right, we're more open to hear what it is that we need to hear. Maybe we do need to rest on that day. Maybe we do need to just go a bit slower on that day. Fight a little bit less with ourselves. We notice that, oh yeah, well, of course, I'm not feeling on my game today because I didn't sleep well last night, or the kids kept me up last night, or I worked really late last night. And so I'm tired today. It's giving us information about our own physical state rather than the state of our outside, rather than, as I say, the state of our ability to work or our ability to be a partner or a parent or anything like that. And so in my mind, that's useful because, I'm aware of that then. I may not make certain decisions on those kinds of days. I may avoid certain conversations on those kinds of days. I may say to my partner or my kids, I'm really sorry, I'm really tired today. I'm on a bit of a short fuse. It is giving me information so that I can take that into account, how I'm behaving, how I'm communicating, how I'm relating with other people. But what I find is really important to remember is that this is all part of the human experience. And I find so much that as humans, we suffer so much because we're trying to change how we feel on any given day. It's like we have the gold star human standard of being smiley and on good form and in flow, and anything other than that is substandard and needs fixing and needs sorting out as quickly as possible so we can get back to our gold standard again. And what we innocently misunderstand about that is the more that we fight it, the more that we try to fix it, it's like stoking a fire, so the fire just keeps burning and it keeps roaring and raging. And we find that our bad day spills into a bad evening, and then the next day we start beating ourselves up because we had a bad day. And we bring our bad day into our new day, which wasn't bad until we thought about our bad day. And we start beating ourselves up for having that bad day, and what can we do, and what can we do to prevent it, and why did we having these bad days? And then we innocently extend our bad days over several days and maybe even longer. So when we start to see that, oh, okay, right, it's human to have a bad day. It's okay. It was just giving me information about where I was. Yeah, I was tired on that day. Okay, well, I can be kind to myself. Yeah, I can be compassionate to myself towards that because it's human. It's part of human behavior. Not only do we start to limit the amount of suffering that we do in the days that follow, but also during that day as well, because in many ways, we might not have been having a bad day. We might just have been having a bad moment. But innocently, we've extended it by paying attention to it and worrying about our bad day and why we're feeling like this and how we can stop feeling like this and how can we fix this. And all that innocent judgment on how we feel creates more thinking, more bad day thinking, so our bad day lasts longer. What we find is that when we recognize, oh, this is just where I am today. Yeah, my state of mind's a little bit lower than it usually is. Well, maybe I'm a bit tired. That's it. We recognize it's just giving us information about where we are, not about anything else. And we can just leave it there. We don't have to do any extra thinking about it. And we can just get on with our day, doing what makes sense to us. And in that way, we can become okay with our bad days and in fact embrace them as a time where we do take our foot off the pedal. We do go a little bit slower, we're a little bit kinder, in full knowledge that the more we embrace them and accept them, that they'll just pass naturally and a whole lot quicker than they would do if we forced them.